What if I told you your life, as you know it, isn't real? The struggles, the setbacks, the frustration you feel, it's not what you think. You've been living in a reality shaped by invisible rules. Rules you didn't agree to, rules you don't even know exist. But here's the shocking truth. Those rules are not fixed. They can be rewritten by you. And the most mind-blowing part, you've had the power to change it all along. You just didn't know where to look. But today, you're going to see it. No fluff, no filler. By the time you finish this video, you'll have the tools to not just see the rules of your reality, but to break them. And when you break them, you'll finally step into the life you've always dreamed of. Now here's the big question. Why is it that some people seem to achieve their goals effortlessly, while others, no matter how hard they try, remain stuck? The answer is not in their intelligence, talent, or even luck. It's in their understanding of one simple truth. Reality is negotiable. Yes, you heard that right. The life you're living right now, the obstacles, the limits, the frustrations, it's all negotiable. The problem? You've been playing by someone else's rules. Rules handed down to you by society, by your parents, by the world around you. But what if those rules were nothing more than illusions? What if you could rewrite them, starting today? Here's what no one tells you. Your reality is shaped by an invisible force. No, this isn't magic or some mystical concept. This force is real, measurable, and incredibly powerful. It's the force of your beliefs. Your beliefs act like the lens through which you see the world. If you believe the world is full of opportunities, you'll see opportunities everywhere. But if you believe life is a struggle, guess what? Your brain will only focus on struggles. This isn't woo-woo talk, it's neuroscience. Your brain has a system called the reticular activating system, RAS, which filters what you notice based on what you believe. Here's an example. Have you ever learned a new word, and suddenly you see that word everywhere? That's your RAS at work. It's not that the word magically appeared more often, it's that your brain started noticing it because it became relevant to you. Now imagine this on a bigger scale. If your brain can tune into a single word, think about how much of your life is shaped by the things you choose to notice. This is where it gets crazy. Most of us didn't choose what we notice. We've been programmed. Society, culture, childhood. These things programmed us to notice the negative, to focus on limitations, and to ignore possibilities. But here's the good news, that programming can be overwritten. Think about this. The reality you're living right now might not even be yours. How much of your life is driven by what other people told you to believe? You need to work hard to succeed. Money doesn't grow on trees. You're not smart enough to do that. Do these sound familiar? These are rules, but they're not the truth. They're someone else's truth, and the moment you accept them without questioning, they become your truth. But here's the twist. Truth isn't fixed. It's flexible, and it's shaped by your beliefs. This is why some people can go from broke to billionaires, while others stay stuck in cycles of poverty. It's why someone with zero experience can start a business and thrive, while others with years of expertise fail. The difference isn't in their skills, it's in their beliefs. Here's a real-life story to blow your mind. In the early 20th century, a man named Henry Ford revolutionized the automobile industry. But here's what most people don't know. He did it with one simple belief. While other car manufacturers focused on building expensive luxury cars, Ford asked, "What if we made cars affordable for the average person?" That one belief shattered the industry's rules, and it's the reason we all drive cars today. Now think about your own life. What rules are you living by that are holding you back? What if those rules aren't real? So, how do you start rewriting your reality? It begins with one simple question. What do I believe that isn't serving me? Here's your first exercise. Grab a notebook. Write down the biggest problem in your life right now. Ask yourself, what belief is keeping this problem alive? For example, if your problem is, I can't make more money, your belief might be, I'm not good enough to succeed. If your problem is, I'm stuck in a toxic relationship. Your belief might be, I don't deserve better. Now here's the twist. Once you identify the belief, ask yourself, is this really true? Most of the time, you'll realize it's not. It's just a story you've been telling yourself. Let this sink in. The rules you've been living by are not set in stone. They're written in sand. And the moment you decide to challenge them, they start to dissolve. You don't have to accept the life you've been given. You can create a new one. But it starts with rewriting the rules in your mind. Here's a question that will shake you to your core. What if the entire framework of your reality was a game? A game where the rules, the outcomes, even the obstacles, none of it is permanent. A game that most people never realize they're playing because they've been too busy following the script handed to them. The craziest part, you're not just a player in this game, you're the one holding the pen. Let me blow your mind for a moment. Scientists have discovered that the world around us, the things we call real, like the chair you're sitting on or the problems you think you have, is made up of atoms, which are 99.99% empty space. That's right. The chair you're sitting on is mostly nothingness. So, what makes it real? Your mind, your perception, your belief that it's solid. Now, think about what that means for your life. If your perception can take empty space and turn it into something tangible, what else are you unknowingly creating? And what else could you create if you knew how to play the game differently? Let's talk about the invisible force that controls everything. No, it's not fate. It's not luck. It's something far more powerful, and yet it's something most people completely ignore. This force is your focus. Here's how it works. Your brain is like a spotlight. Wherever you shine it, that's what you see. And because what you focus on grows, you're constantly feeding the reality you're living in. If you focus on problems, you'll find more problems. If you focus on possibilities, you'll start to see opportunities everywhere. But here's the shocking part. Most of us are shining our spotlight on the wrong things without even realizing it. And it's not your fault. You've been programmed by society, by your upbringing, by the media to focus on scarcity, fear, and limitation. Here's a quick example. How often have you told yourself, I can't afford that, or I'm not good enough to do that? That focus, those words, they become your reality. Why? Because your brain starts looking for evidence to prove those thoughts true. But the game changes when you shift your focus. Here's a concept that will flip everything you know on its head. Your reality doesn't dictate who you are. It reflects who you believe you are. Think of it like a mirror. When you look into a mirror, you don't blame the reflection if you're wearing a wrinkled shirt. You understand that the reflection is simply showing you what's already there. The same is true for your life. If you don't like what you see, whether it's your financial situation, your relationships, or your sense of purpose, the problem isn't out there. It's within you. But here's the good news. Just like you can change your outfit and the reflection in the mirror will change, you can change your internal beliefs and watch as your external reality transforms. Let me give you something powerful you can use right now to start shifting your focus and, in turn, your reality. Step 1. The reality audit. Take 5 minutes and write down the top 3 areas of your life where you feel stuck or dissatisfied. Next to each one, write down the first thoughts that come to mind when you think about that area. For example, money, I never have enough. Relationships, nobody understands me. Career, I'm not qualified for better opportunities. Step 2. Flip the script. For each limiting thought, write down its opposite. I never have enough. I am always finding new ways to attract abundance. Nobody understands me. I attract relationships that support and uplift me. Read these new statements out loud every morning for the next 7 days. Why does this work? Because your brain is a pattern recognition machine. When you start feeding it new patterns, it begins to look for evidence to support those patterns. This isn't just theory, it's backed by neuroscience. Step 3. The 5-minute visualization. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living the life you desire as if it's happening right now. Feel the emotions of success, happiness, and abundance. The stronger the emotion, the stronger the signal you send to your brain. This might feel weird at first, but let me remind you, you're already visualizing all the time. When you worry, you're visualizing failure. When you doubt yourself, you're visualizing rejection. The only difference is, now you're doing it on purpose. What if I told you the life you desire is already waiting for you, existing in a parallel version of reality? You're not chasing it. You're not working toward it. It's already here. And the only thing standing between you and that reality is the energy you're radiating right now. Let me explain something so profound. It might just make your jaw drop. Your energy is your signal to the universe. It's like a radio station. If you're tuned into a frequency of lack, fear, or doubt, that's exactly what you'll attract. But when you align your energy with abundance, confidence, and joy, you start pulling those things into your reality like a magnet. This isn't just spiritual mumbo-jumbo, it's science. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel sends out a vibration. And guess what? The universe responds to those vibrations, matching you with experiences that align with your energetic signal. This is the essence of like attracts like. But here's the question no one talks about. How do you actually shift your energy? How do you go from feeling stuck and frustrated to radiating the kind of energy that creates miracles? First, let's talk about what's holding you back. Most people don't realize they're trapped in a cycle of low vibrational energy. This energy comes from fear, anger, guilt, shame, all the heavy emotions that weigh you down and keep you stuck. Here's something shocking. Holding on to negative emotions is like dragging around a bag of bricks. Every brick is a memory, a belief, a fear that's keeping you from moving forward. And here's the craziest part. Most of us don't even know we're carrying it. Take a moment right now. Close your eyes and ask yourself, what am I still holding on to that's no longer serving me? Maybe it's a fear of failure. Maybe it's resentment towards someone who hurt you. Maybe it's the belief that you're not good enough.